The independent review says Obama administration officials failed to provide adequate security for the temporary mission in Benghazi, despite repeated requests from U.S. diplomats in Libya. Admiral Mike Mullen is vice chairman of the Accountability Review Board.
We did conclude that certain State Department bureau-level senior officials in critical positions of authority and responsibility in Washington demonstrated a lack of leadership and management ability.
The review board says U.S. officials relied too much on unreliable local militia to help secure the compound. It urges the State Department to lengthen assignments at high-risk posts because short-term staffing in Benghazi contributed to a poor understanding of the security situation. Ambassador Tom Pickering is the board's chairman.
The answer can't be not to go into dangerous places, but there must be, 1, a clear mission, 2, a clear understanding of the risks, 3, a commitment of enough resources to mitigate those risks, and 4, an explicit acceptance of whatever costs and risks cannot be mitigated.
U.S. Secretary of State Hillary Clinton says she accepts every one of the panel's recommendations and is working to ensure that they're acted on quickly. The Benghazi attack became an issue in the U.S. presidential campaign, with Republicans accusing the Obama administration of mishandling the crisis. Opposition lawmakers criticized UN Ambassador Susan Rice for erroneously linking the Libya violence to protests in Egypt over an anti-Islamic internet video.
What happened in Benghazi was, in fact, initially a spontaneous reaction to what had just transpired hours before in Cairo.
The review board concluded there was no protest before the attack, with prominent Republicans vowing to block her nomination to be the next Secretary of State. Rice withdrew her name from consideration.
Facilities in Benghazi.
Cato Institute analyst Malu Innocent says political infighting obscures debate over whether the United States was right to intervene in Libya last year, helping rebels depose Muammar Gaddafi.
That's the more serious debate we must be having, rather than the sort of political jockeying about who said terrorist when and why. I think that's the unfortunate path we went down, partly because of the presidential campaign.
Secretary Clinton was to have testified before Congress on this report Thursday, but State Department officials say she's been sick for nearly 2 weeks. Her deputy will appear in her place, with Secretary Clinton expected to testify in January. Scott Stearns, VOA News, the State Department.